Hey, look, it's me over there. Cool. So hi, I'm Spencer. So just to lay the ground rules for how this is gonna go, I have two things that I'm asking of you all. Is that cool? Wow, I know it's early and we're in a recession, but we have to have a little bit more energy than that because this shit is not gonna work. Okay. Audience participation. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's required, but like it's encouraged. It's a lot more fun if we're doing crowd work. You could just look at me, mouth ajar, but that doesn't really. It's not very good. So everybody say yay. All right, cool. Also, don't ask me any dumbass questions. In about 25 minutes, I'm gonna ask for, y'all are gonna ask me questions. I have the answers, but remember that I do this a lot. I'm kind of famous. So ask me a question that's unique to you. It doesn't even have to be about the work. It could just be about me, like phone number, social, just whatever you want to do. Just holler it at me and we'll see how it goes. Hi. My name is Spencer Garland. I'm the head wizard in charge. I run this thing called Brenda Arts, which is a media company. We do all sorts of things, and I'll talk to you about it. But I also teach kids who look like me about how to do art in the way that I do it. At the crossroads of a lot of different ideas at the same time. It's what we call intersectionality. That's a word that everybody here learned in 2020. I already knew that shit. But if you didn't, welcome to the party. Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Okay. This is me and God. Face of an iconoclast, I guess. This is like me in 2007, and I grew up in Boise, Idaho. Has anybody been to Boise before? Yeah, it's all right. I moved over here and it's worse, but I was a kid that really liked art. I just liked a lot of things. I'm with it all. I guess we can just go in a circle. The making of Jurassic Park. It was a documentary that my dad showed me when I was like 5, and then it told me everything I needed to do in my entire life. So I learned how to make movies from that, and I just been chasing. Not just movies, like everything ever since then. So I've just been going berserk since I was 5. Roller Coaster Tycoon, love that. I love Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm working on a program at the MoMA that's kind of Roller Coaster Tycoon inspired. So I ran that a couple times out here, and they liked the vibe, so they're trying to pick it up over there. I loved fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is my favorite. There's some real nerds in the crowd. All right. There's my dad was an entrepreneur. He ran this company called Acid. He did tech stuff. So I just learned that from him. I liked extreme sports. I liked, black literature and black art. I liked making things with my friends with like shitty VHS cameras. I have a lot of those tapes somewhere. They might have disintegrated, but I don't know. I like designing stuffed animals with my grandma. I don't have a lot of them anymore, which is very sad. They got discarded, but the memory lives on. They're right there. I loved going to museums. We're at one right now. Shout out to the Portland Art Museum for being so humble and kind to me for like 6 years straight. They've given me a lot of latitude to kind of do whatever, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, shout out to them. I really liked fashion. I was a big Pharrell and Ego guy. Still am. Now I can afford it, so I have it. But yeah, I like video games. I liked basketball games because as you can see, I was super athletic. So I was definitely like dunking on kids, like crazy post moves, really breaking ankles. What else do we have? Yeah, so I was adopted, if you couldn't tell. Brenda and Steve are in the corner over there. I'll talk about them. And then I'm at the crossroads of Brenda and Steve and Twanda and Reagan. That was me at her high school graduation last year. That was fun. She's smart as shit. She's going to be like a doctor, make way more money than me. She's balling out. She's in college. Proud of her. But yeah, all of these things behind me are like the crossroads that I occupy. All of this stuff resonated with me so deeply that I make art in the same vein today, which is pretty cool. So, as you live, you also die. And it's coming for all of us, and we can't run from it. This is my mom. Her name is Brenda. She died of cancer. Everybody's saying, "Aw." Oh, okay. So, yeah, she was an artist. She was somebody who was very important to me. Gave me a lot of love and attention, and really nurtured my creative spirit. I have some of her art as tattoos, like I have skin in the game. So, when she died in 2017, what a better time that was, to be honest. We don't really know how to grieve as Americans. Garlands don't know how to grieve. So instead of that, I built a company after, and tried to teach kids art in the same way that she taught me art. It's kind of like Kanye's Donda, but I'm not a Nazi, so I got that going for me. This is also one of my tattoos. So like when I really say I have skin in the game, it's real. Like I don't play about this at all. I'm very serious. Always been serious. Always will be serious because I care that much. I try to take that love that she gave me and channel it out to other people through the things I make. So that's cool. So back in, I guess 2019, 2020, Brenda, as the school started, I wanted to make a film school of flavor. I came out to Portland for two things, diversity and film school, and was very, very disappointed with both. So I wanted to make something that remedied both of those, and I did it. Had this whole curriculum where kids were making monster movies. Largely, monster films or horror in general is meant to degrade the African American people, like King Kong has a lot of, racially charged history. So I was like, okay, well, let's flip that. Let's have the kids who look like me design their own monsters and make something to the fullness of their personality and personhood. And it went really well. We got 3 movies done, 3 studios, Salmon Guts, and 2 others I can't remember. It was really fun. We had a screening like March of 2020, right before COVID happened, so I got it in. So I have that, what's it called, that data, so I can share that with stakeholders so I can get more funding. But yeah, it was a really good time, and I'm really happy with how that came out. Like how I said I was the wizard, yeah, it's true. We'll get to that in a second, but I really wanted to make like an industrial light of magic for black kids. For those who don't know, Industrial Light and Magic is the studio that makes pretty much every special effect for every movie. George Lucas made it for Star Wars, the first one, and then it just kind of expanded out to Jurassic Park, Pirates of the Caribbean, all of the Marvel movies, whatever, Terminator 2. That really inspired me. Like every time I would see a documentary talking about it, I was like, they're wizards, they're special effects wizards, and I was like, that's cool. I'm gonna take that. I think it's really important for black people to realize that they have the magic too. I'm a magical person, and you'll see soon how crazy I can go. But wrong way. I'm a wizard. It says it on my shirt. There's some people out there that all have shirts that look similar to this one. And a lot of you are like, he can't be a wizard. He doesn't have a cool beard. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up because I can't grow one. So hurtful. But yeah, no, I am a wizard. Anything that I want to happen will happen. It'll take some time, and I might get a little pissed off, but it'll manifest. Like this didn't happen. This event didn't exist 2 months ago. And then now we're here, and you're watching me gab about it, which is cool. I like that graphic design. I did it. Shout out to Paisley, who did all the photography for all these slides, a lot of them. The ones that were black and white, Paisley did, paid for that. Looks really good. Speaking of wizards, do you want to meet my son? Oh, don't sound too excited, you know? It's fine. I did not wear Dior and Kenzo to stand behind a desk the whole time, so I had to walk over here. Oh, this is my son. His name is Stokely. Uh, Say hi, Stokely. He's really cute. Do you have anything to say? He's shy. So yeah, like I really loved kid pics as a kid. It was like baby's first Photoshop, and I really liked the graphic design on the box. So I made my own version of that, and this is what came out of it. It's also one of my tattoos. Talk a lot about tattoos. I'm tatted up. And yeah, he's everything good about creativity and design and just making things that are fun with your friends. But you know, I don't want to hold on to you this entire time. So, you, Black Jacket, can you hold on to my son for the time being? No, just rock him every so often. He gets lonely, so just give him a squeeze. I'll come back for him later. Thank you very much. Can we get a round of applause? Yay, free childcare. So, yeah, Brenda sits at the crossroads of a lot of different things, like I sit in the crossroads of a lot of different things: community, fashion, animation, games, design, blackness, education, film. I can't remember if I said one of those twice. It's fine. Um, Everything that I make under the brand encapsulates at least five of these, you know? So I really don't like boring art. If your art is doing one thing, I'm not looking at it. I do five things at once, and that's just minimum. So you know that's why what I do is unique and interesting. And my partners that I work with also encapsulate this like intersectional, branding. There's some big brands on there. I worked hard for this. All the marketing people are like, oh, how we can make money off this guy. The Portland Art Museum, been A1 since day one. Started some stuff with the Smithsonian and MoMA. Got some stuff from Docs and Nike. OMSI, the place where I work at, we work together. Teenage engineering, I brought Pixar to the kids, the second class of Brenda Arts in 2019. That was a crazy moment. We saw I think it was Toy Story 3 stuff with the time code still on it that hasn't been released. So shout out to Ben Rush for donating his time. We're talking about Warner, Panic, which I'll talk about in a second. The Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, PAX in Seattle, and on the East Coast. We're just kind of everywhere. We kind of do everything, and I say we. I mean, yeah, it is we. It is we. It's a lot of me, but it's also working hard to make it a full team that's paid and stuff. So we take it one step at a time. The first Brenda project that I made was with the art museum and Open Signal. It's called Brenda Lab. It was basically Bill Nye for Black art. I was really influenced by Bill Nye and Eyewitness, educational tapes that I had as a kid, and I wanted to make my own version of that. So we're just, instead of science, we're talking about art. And I really liked, FMV games from the 90s. So that all kind of coalesced into a couple episodes that we made. I think we made five. Yeah, five, and I was in all of them and animated all of them. It was really cool. It's on the website, which you can find at the end. But yeah, brendaarts.org if you want to go check it out. It's pretty cool. The first real project that I did, I guess that ever made a return, was Quantum Phantom Basketball. And it's a basketball fighting game. So it's a mix between NBA Jam and Marvel vs. Capcom. It's for I have it right here, the play day. Everybody say, ooh, ah. Yeah, this is my Steve Jobs moment. No black turtleneck. I have a cardigan. It's Dior. So I wanted to make a fine art game a lot of institutions, most of them, don't even believe video games are art, even though it has every single medium inside of it. So I wanted to make the coolest thing that I possibly could have because I had the latitude to do so. Shout out to Panic, which is a local company. I just DM'd them as a college student, and then a couple years later, a game came out. So, you know, you never know what you can get if you don't ask for it. The I did a lot of cutscenes for this project, way too many, but I knew that I needed to make it good for the future, and I'll talk about that shortly. You know, I wanted, since the play date is only, you know, black and white, it's 1 bit, I wanted to make all of the cutscenes look really cool, and, you know, I made it look really black and sexy like me. And so the story is about 3 black boys who are reconnecting during like a paranormal cataclysm. It's taking New York by storms. Giant moon is tearing buildings out of the ground. Everything's all fucked up. It's gravity's fucked up. Everything's messed up. And they're trying to be like, hey, you know, we can't really do a whole lot about that, so we might as well just play basketball because that's what we got going on. And I'm like, yeah, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, there's not a lot of things that we can do in the poly crisis other than just kind of hang out and spend time with your friends and family. So there's that. But you know, the main through line of the game is Starks, who's in the middle. He's actually all Starks right now. Yeah, he's cool. He's the one wearing the hat. Trying to reconnect with his estranged father. He's going through shit. Clap. No. Clap if you have a good relationship with your dad. I'm so happy for you. I love cohesive family units. That's really sick. And we figured it out. You know, Starks and his dad, they figured it out too. So it's like a happy ending if the game is bleak, which is awesome. Liked it. A lot of the aesthetics came from old Jordan ads and old like commercials that I would see as a kid. As you can see here, this was a Jordan print ad from the Jordan 3s or 4s. I'm not really up to the snuff on the lore, but you know, I just kind of took it and used it as a loading screen for my game, which is cool. I really like Missy Elliott. I really like Hype Williams. I really like Telfar. I worked hard for that. Oh, did I not say? I guess, yeah, I got sponsored by Telfar, so that was really cool that they sent me that bag. We're the carrier for our friend Stokely, so that's pretty cool. Worked hard for that. Hopefully they can put it in the next game. So, like, Black queer fashion was an influence, and then, you know, this really cool Vince Carter Gatorade ad where he fights real velociraptors. It's like, yeah, that's Spencer shit right there. Vince Carter versus Raptors, Raptor versus Raptor, I love that. That's really sick. Shout out to how commercials used to be like interesting to watch instead of AI slop. What happened? We're not going in a good direction, and that's fine. I do what I can, and you should do what you all can do as well. You know, I made a Spike Lee commercial. That was cool. That got played during the Summer Games Fest, which was cool. I really had a good time making that. The company, Panic, said, like, give us a 15-second thing, and I gave them, like, a minute commercial, and they're like, why are you like this? I'm like, I care. So, you know, it worked, ultimately. I took this on tour. I took it to the Juneteenth festival in Oakland, California. It was received well there. It got taken to PAX in Seattle. That's me soy jacking with the giant play date. It was cool. People played it. It was a good time. I took it to the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. That was a fun time. Very expensive, but you know, we had a good time, the crew. And I showed it to Guillermo del Toro too. Like, we're homies like that. Me and GDT, we go way back. We're like this. Very soft man, very soft hands. He liked the game, and that gave me the battery in my back to continue making the sequel. So we're working with Xbox to bring that to life. So call me back in like a year, and we'll have like a actual demo on that platform to play. And then once we get the demo, we'll go for the full game over a couple years of development. So it's just one step at a time. I did the first game. Now I'm doing the demo with Xbox, and then the full game with Xbox, hopefully, and we'll see how it goes. I want to make it the coolest fighting game ever. So that's the goal ultimately. After basketball era, after high fashion basketball era, we went into robe era. This is the Albino Dream Survey. It was a project that I did with Pam Cutt. I was their artist in residence, and they gave me the space to kind of do whatever. And I made a project which is at the crossroads of fashion, animation, archival work, games, installation, and education. Basically, what the idea was I worked with KS Mocha, the King School Museum of Contemporary Art, basically an art museum inside of MLK Elementary School, and I asked the students for their dreams and their art, and I animated those into a superhero narrative where I played this guy, the Dream Collector, the Unk in the chair in the middle and over there, and he protects the kid dreams from the nightmare. It was really fun, interactive. There was a phone number you could call and basically like share dreams, and we had a really good time working on that. The installation was at the Pam Cut facility downtown. It was the Dream Collector's bedroom, so basically you could show up, watch the film, which was like 3 minutes, and then draw your dreams and then add them to the archive, the Dream Collector's archive, which were on the walls. A lot of people spent a lot of time in there, and some people spent a couple hours in there just drawing, hanging out. There was a very cozy carpet that is now in my apartment that people were just chilling on. We used black paper and like metallic pens, and it just looked really cool. And yeah, it was like a community space for a little bit, and people got a lot out of it. I got a lot out of it. I showed it to the kids. They really liked it. They were geeked that they were even included. I signed autographs, which is the ultimate sign of approval that a child likes something. People don't even want autographs anymore. I still gave it to them. So that's really cool. I had a really good time doing that. I took the robe to the Black Star Film Festival in Philly, and that was a mistake because it's really hot in Philly in the summer and humid, but I still wore it, and I looked good. I mean, I looked pretty good. The colors look great. I'm handsome. And that was a great time. I took it to New York earlier this year at the New York Winter Film Awards, and I had a good time out there. And yeah, that kind of ended. That was the first part of it. For the future, we're working on Counter of Sheep, which is an allusion to a Charles Burnett film, Killer of Sheep, which is a black neo-realist film from the 70s. This one is about dream houses and what happens when they burn down and how can you rebuild. We are working with this XR accelerator called AGOG, and we're basically trying to make this into an installation. I have a lot of work to do trying to figure out like what it looks like. But yeah, this is a climate change story because we don't, that's happening. I did some renders for this. I'm really excited about delving into a new medium from the first one, making it an AR experience. Still trying to figure out the pieces for that, but again, one thing that you need to know about me is that if you stop talking to me for about like 6 months, I'm in a different spot than where I was when you saw me last time. You got to keep up with me. I move quickly, and I don't want y'all to get left. So yeah, I'm really excited with this one, and I think it'll be really cool and good. Black Aeon Flux, essentially. So this is my newest plot arc. In the Spencer lore, I go in Hollywood. I'm trying to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. I'm glad that that one landed. I have been able graciously to collaborate loosely collaborate with an entity which I will not name, but I will say by the moniker Big Cartoon. And cause I don't know who's in here and who knows who, cause people talk, they're like rats. They just scurry and scamper and besmirch my name. So I'm gonna call it Big Cartoon. And I went to LA. I was a couple months ago in September, and I was able to talk with Big Cartoon in person. They bought me shawarma. It was cool. It's a very bleached blonde man with phosphorescent white veneers paid for my meal, and that felt really good. So the first one that I pitched to them was an idea that I had in 2021 that I updated in 2024 called Eyes and Teeth. It's basically black girl, goosebumps, trans-dimensional gentrifiers taking over a small southern town. Carrie Parks here, the black girl with the Dragon Ball Z eyepiece, has to figure out what's going on. So, okay, all right. It's really, yeah, I didn't realize how big this would be. I didn't have any scope of scale for this. So, the gentrifiers are AI generated. I did that in 2021 when AI was novel and not in toasters. So, okay. It was 2021. The coup, the color of mayonnaise just happened. January 6th just happened. It was 116 degrees in the summer, and I was not rocking with y'all at all. I was not feeling it. And I wanted to make the most fucked up thing that I could. And this is what came out of that. I'm not going to say that next part. I do not want to, yeah. Anyway, so I was just like, okay, cool, I got him with this one. Ooh, Big Cartoon is going to love a black radical idea. That's going to sell so well. So, I put aliens in it because I love the X-Files. Like, let's make it a whole thing. So I did all these renders in like a week. I just went full goblin mode, locked in, and made these really cool renders where I matched the colors to like the bombs over Baghdad video, and I made sure that the gentrifiers had new clothes and they were slinking around doing misdeeds and all that. And wrote out a whole deck and put all my friends in it and said like, hey, this is the vision, give us money. And they were like, no. I was like, rats. They were like, oh, we like what it looks like, but it's not funny. And I was just like, you know what, that's fair. It wasn't really meant to be funny, and that's fine. I'm a very serious person who talks to stuffed animals or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, if they want silly, let's give them some silly. And so I made Team Extreme, which was a concept that I developed as a child a long time ago. And this one's it's basically like demented rocket power. It's about skaters who are washed up but are still trying to shred and go hard, but their knees don't work. So that's for the Gen Xers that for some reason, the millennials and Gen Xers really love me. I don't know why. Maybe they see me as an old soul. That just means I'm traumatized. But yeah, these are the characters: the Hotep Yeti, the anxious bird lady, Tanner, who I play Tanner. Andrich is the stoner bird. He's basically Tony Hawk. That's why he's a bird who skateboards. And then in the bottom corner there is Geyser, a character that I designed a long time ago, who is a sentient juice pouch. He's basically a living Capri Sun boat. He's cool. Yeah, I'd play these two characters. I really liked how these came out. It really resonated with me, making Geyser again. Because I designed him when I looked like that. Yeah, I think I look better now. But yeah, like I designed Geyser a long time ago, and he's always been in my head, just waiting for an opportunity to hop out of my head. And infect the masses. Every time I showed the deck to somebody, they're like, "We really like that guy," and I was like, "Yeah, because he's really cool. I like him a lot too. I hope one day I can make it." So yeah, Big Cartoon. I almost said the actual studio. I didn't. Caught myself. Big Cartoon said no to this one too. But I'm the wizard, so naturally I'm not gonna take that line down. So we have a production meeting in about. This watch doesn't work. What am I? It's also upside down. Embarrassing. We have a production meeting in about an hour and a half about taking it to other places. So hopefully it goes. But again, check in with me at an indeterminate amount of time. Regardless, it's going to come out. There was a lot of people caping for this. We got the director of Kung Fu Panda and the SpongeBob movie involved. We got some people who are doing shows at DreamWorks involved, some of the funniest people in Portland. Some of my favorite artists from Boise. This is set in Boise, by the way. This is a Boise show. It's like Portlandia for a better place. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, you didn't throw tomatoes at me. That's good. But yeah, like I wanted it to be true to me and true to my experience and silly, and hopefully y'all like it when it comes out. We wrote the pilot. I'm gonna work on producing it. It's fine. So I'm almost done. I don't want to take up more of your time. You should probably be at work. The job market's bad. If you're truant, like that's not good. Like I'm not gonna hold you for much longer. So I'm gonna leave you with some free game before I jump out of here. Like the wrong things. I'm somebody who got on stage and told you about his OC, which is a Capri Sun boat with a face on it. Like things that are off the beaten path that really truly resonate with you. Don't do the algorithmic like Wong Kar-wai is like the best ever, which he is, but like you can like things that are cringy too, because I do, and that's way more interesting than the prettiest pictures you've ever seen. Just like find your own pocket. I recommend it. Hold on to the weird stuff that you like as a younger person. Develop your own canon. The first picture of me with the headband, all the things around it are my canon. It's basically a list of things that I like in every medium that inspires me to make work in the ways that I do it. It's really fun doing that. If you write down things that you like in not a numbered list, but in like a categorized list, it really does a lot for you. I assure you of that. I got that from a high school teacher who really stepped up to be a parental figure for me. And, I don't take that lesson for granted at all. Send a damn email. Like everything's crumbling, shoot your shot. Not in a predatory or weird way, but, like if you have an idea, just reach out. Reach out to somebody. You don't know what you can get if you don't ask for it. I didn't know anybody at Panic. I didn't even know if they would respond. I sent one DM, and then a couple years later, they brought me out to Seattle to see my game on a playdate that's about this tall and have 100,000 people come and play my game. So, shit can get crazy. I emailed the MoMA, didn't expect them to respond, and they responded. Emailed the Portland Art Museum, and now I'm here talking to you here. So, again, like, anything is possible. You just got to take the leap, roll the dice. Okay. I have a great job. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to work, but I cannot buy Marni and Hermes in these conditions. So please, if you're a creative agency, let's talk. I can make your thing look better. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty good at this creative direction thing. I've been good at it for a long time. With this, I can do that culturally competent, culturally responsive, whatever jargon you want. I can make it look cool and black. So, and because, yeah, and you're, and I'm, so, yeah, just, hit my line. There's cards over there. So, yeah, just, email me and we can chop it up. Rejection isn't failure, it's opportunity. The big cartoon thing really bent me out of shape the first time. and the second time too, I'm not gonna lie, but as it's like, okay, well, if the vision isn't for them, if the second time I submitted to them, they were like, the pitch is too good and it looks too expensive, you got to go to where it's validated and who has the money to go and make it. So that's what I'm working on. You know, this is a game where rejection is like the main thing that happens. So it's rare when things actually go through. So, you know, I'm really blessed to be able to do a lot of creative projects that I'm the head of. I don't work under anybody. I can kind of make what I want. So, yeah, just keep going. Rejection is going to happen in all aspects of life, and you just got to push through it. Failure, by definition, is doing something and learning nothing from it. So I learn all the time. And if you are constantly learning, you're never failing. You're just learning how to pivot. And that's a basketball metaphor. I'm a Hakeem Olajuwon or Shaq in the post. If I get the rebound, I'm throwing up in a different position, maybe off of my off foot, whatever. But I'm gonna get it in there at some point. Be proud of your team. You know, when you're putting these things together, it's really hard. It's stressful. So make sure that the people that are working beside you feel validated and like good. You know, besides like free pizza or whatever, like make sure that they actually know that like you're being alive and being on the team means something. And yeah, it's just like I remember being in positions where I'm like, like you're just using me, okay. But like the ones that really, the teams that I've been a part of that really validate me as a person and let me try and experiment, let me do my own thing a little bit while also reining me in, like those are the special moments. You know, if you have the opportunity to go out to a cool location for like a job or whatever, residency, whatever, you know, bring the team with you. I got the opportunity to go to some private lakes, brought the team out there. We're doing stuff in LA. If I'm over there, I'm trying to get people over there so we can kick it. You know, I'm taking people to museums in San Francisco, looking at like Walt Disney stuff, and then going to the Lucasfilm building, like whatever, just like share it. Share the experiences. It's not just about the franchise player. It's about everybody. All the role players are important. You can't win championships by yourself. It just doesn't work. And it took me a long time to realize that, but you know, as it goes. But you know, most importantly, you got to be proud of yourself, man. This shit's really hard. This shit is really hard. And yeah, I'm like, bro, like, do you see the shit that I do? No, like, honestly, do you see that? Like, I'm so fucking amazing. Like, there's no other way to say it. There's no other way to say it. I stuck to the code the entire time. I told everybody 6 years ago that I was gonna be here now, and I'm even further ahead than I thought I ever could be. I took the kids, I uplifted them, I brought my team along with me, I invested in people, I invested in myself. All this shit is from my mom, bro. Like, if I did something bad, if I turned in a subpar product, like she's in my head, like this isn't it. It's just like, nah, I gotta put 150% into everything. You know, this didn't happen by accident. I took a lot of punishment. Trying to make something for black people in a predominantly white city that will try to destroy you if you make things for black people. It's just how it is. And, you know, I'm proud of that I fought through it and inspired other people to fight through it with me and do their own thing. But yeah, like, I'm really that guy. I've been him my whole life. And yeah, like, I don't really know what else to say. Like, I think we live in an era now where anything black is like trying to get erased, you know? DEI means didn't earn it to a lot of people, but I did earn it. I stood on it the whole time, and I was true to myself, and I did it my way, which a lot of people can say, honestly. So, yeah, thanks. Be proud of yourself. You know, this is not easy. This has never been easy. It'll never be easy. It's only getting harder. So you got to be proud of yourself in an honest way. So, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. The middle there, yeah, the wizard doesn't really exist. It's just me ultimately. It's just a guy named Spencer. The middle there is me talking to my mom in like Christmas, like 2000, and we were talking about dinosaurs, which is a very Spencer thing to do. But you know, that energy that she gave me, and my grandma's in the back. I'm wearing her watch right now. Like, it all comes back around, and I really, really do try to take that energy that they gave me and then shove it back out to everybody in this room, all the kids I work with, everybody who views my work, everybody who plays the game or interacts with anything that I've made. I hope they can feel something. They don't even have to like it, but I hope that they can feel something. And ultimately, there's so much work that is just slop, and I'm trying to cut through that and be me. And, you know, I stand here before you trying to be as honest as I possibly can, say that I really care about this shit. I've always cared about it, always will, and hopefully you can care about whatever you do that you care about. Stand on that, and hopefully that energy that you have radiates out to everyone around you in a positive way, because that's what we got left. So, you know, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, honestly. That's pretty much it. So, we're not done. We got a couple more announcements. I'm donating. CreativeMornings, you know, graciously is donating to the King School Museum of Contemporary Art. Really good people over there. I like them a lot. They helped me out a lot in my career, so I want to pay it forward and give them a little something for sure. Buy my merch. It really helps keep the lights on. You can take a picture of this if you want to. Be sure to get my good side. I see all the cameras coming up. Be sure to get my good side. But yeah, if you want to have a cool shirt, kind of like the one that I'm wearing right now, you can go get one. Yeah, be, you know, stun on your enemies, I guess. If you have ops, you know, do that. Whatever, you know, cut it into a baby tee. I don't care, as long as I send it to you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, thank you again to CreativeMornings for letting me do whatever I want on stage for a little bit. I really appreciate that. Thank you, and praise to the Most High, to the Portland Art Museum Center for Untold Tomorrow. They have given me so much game over the last couple of years, and for, you know, we have more stuff coming. But yeah, again, thank you to everybody who's helped me out over there. And yeah, that's pretty much my time. I'm Spencer Garland. I'm the Wizard, or what, you can call me that if you want to. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, you can clap if you want to. I got some T-shirts I'm gonna throw into the crowd now, so you better have your hands up, I guess. So let's see how far I can throw this shit.